Hi everyone. Today I want to tell you about the Strings Together and Band Together series of books that I wrote especially for teachers who work in the group setting. So group lessons, tutorial groups, ensembles and community music settings. I thought it would be useful to share with you how some of the Band Together and Strings Together activities can be converted for your online teaching. So this book is for teachers. It's a teacher's manual, a teacher's handbook. Each activity is 100% oral. There's no notation. Nothing is written out for students, and only the teacher needs the book. There's a skills grid that shows you what skills are covered in the activities and what's explored in each of the extension activities. There's an activity summary that gives you a short précis of each activity and where to find it. Some helpful hints about group lessons and group compositions and the teacher's role in these compositions. And the main part of the book consists of 20 lesson plans generally graded in order of difficulty. Each lesson is written out with step-by-step instructions, including helpful hints for teachers and what to watch out for along the way. There's extension activities, discussion points for students, and especially for teachers, the pedagogy that underpins each activity. The first two activities, Start, Stop and Mind Your P's and F's, can be converted really easily to online activities. The lesson largely runs the same as it would in real life, with the students practicing the conducting cues for the entry and the cut-offs for Start, Stop, and then adding the dynamic cues for Mind Your P's and F's. The students then get their instruments but stay on mute at first while the teacher conducts, and the students respond to the cues of when to start, when to stop and what volume to play. So after the teacher runs a few examples, the students can take turns in conducting the group. So the same principles are being followed. We're watching and responding to non-verbal cues. Ready Go activity number 3 runs by the same principles. The teacher runs a few examples first, counting in and then playing the number of beats called, and the students then take turns to respond to the teacher's cues. 5 beats, ready, go. 4 beats, ready, go. 3. Once you've counted down from 5 to 1, you can mix the numbers up and say them out of order. Then let the students take turns in being the person that calls out the cue. And then, of course, once the students have the hang of the activity, change the tempo. In all activities, try and involve students in discussions about what it was that they just did, what they noticed, what they learned, and why it matters. So the book provides discussion questions for each activity, and you can use them or come up with your own, and of course you'll take questions from students along the way. You could then put the students into smaller breakout groups so they can practice these 3 activities further with more opportunities to be the leader. And in all 3 cases, the extension activities work really well as student-led activities. So I'm sure that students will want to try their own ideas as well, and you should go with that. In lesson 4, pluck in time for strings and play in time for band can be converted really well into an online activity. In part 1, the teacher plucks as per the lesson plan in the book, or plays notes depending on the articulation chosen for band instruments, and the students remain on mute playing together with the teacher. In part 2, alternate a crotchet quaver pattern and have students again on mute playing along, matching the teacher's beats. Part 3 then becomes a slightly different compositional activity from what is written in the book. Choose a suitable key to work in. I've selected D major. So the teacher chooses 2 notes from D major to play on beat 1 and beat 2 of a 4-beat pattern. The student learns the teacher's notes and then makes up the next 2 notes on their own, like this. And the student ends up with this. Activity 5 is sing and play. The teacher sings the notes just as the lesson plan states, and the students sing back, but at home. As I mentioned in the book, For strings, sing the note names and not the finger numbers because we're trying to make note and name connections. And for band, if your instruments are all in the same key, sing the note names. Otherwise, sing solfa names to navigate the transposition. Importantly, use questions for this activity. It is fabulous if students can work out for themselves why singing is a good thing and how it might help with other areas of their music playing. So there's a few ideas on how to convert the first 5 activities of the Together series into online learning for your groups. Good luck with it all, everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to stop by. Of course, if you want to get in touch or ask me any questions, you can contact me here at info@innerpeace.com.au.